How is it going today? It is That Nerd Ryan here. Had to do a quick adjustment. Sorry. And today we're going to be covering the top 5 Star Wars ships that are my favorite of all time. Now, this might double as a top 5 Lego Star Wars ships that I've built that I've enjoyed for a long time, because I have built Lego since I was 5, so like 22 years. And I've, at least since 2015, haven't missed a Lego Star Wars set unless it's like something that was re-released, which, by the way, that's not true because I bought all 4 Falcons that came out in the last 7 years. But we are going to be looking at the ships and what I like about them. Surprisingly, Millennium Falcon is not on this list. Razor Crest might not be on this list. I'm kind of just coming up with it as I go. I have a general consensus, but the Razor Crest didn't pop into my head, and neither did Boba Fett's ship or Slave One or whatever you want to call it. A lot of these are military vehicles, actually. I'm a big military guy when it comes to Star Wars. I prefer the military stories over the more personal stories. But yeah, so let's get into it, starting with number 5, which is the TIE Fighter. Have to have a TIE Fighter on this list. There's so many different variants and everything like that, but I'm talking the classic old non-hyperdrive TIE Fighter. Just the classic roar of the ship, classic shape, everything like that. I remember being a little kid and imitating the TIE Fighter roar constantly. I actually did not get a Lego TIE Fighter until 2015, though, surprisingly. I think I got like the original one, but I was too young to know how to build it, so I never built it. I did have a TIE Crawler for the longest time, though, since like 2007. But just the classicness of the TIE Fighter. I always preferred TIE Fighters over X-Wings and stuff like that, just because I thought they were cool. Let's admit it, the bad guys always get the cooler stuff. So, number 5 is TIE Fighter. Number 4 is the ARC 170 Wing Fighter. I forgot the name for a second, sorry. The ARC has been one of my favorite ships since the first scene of Revenge of the Sith. I just thought it was the coolest design, how it had 3 people in the ship, and the kind of X-Wing aesthetic, but also at the same time, it's got 6 wings, it's got everything at it. Now, I never actually got to build a Lego one, but I did buy one that was used, and I have to say, I just love ARC 170s. I would use those all the time in Battlefront 2. That was one of my favorite ships to fly, my second favorite ship. We'll get to the first one way down the line on this list. But just one of my most favorite ships to fly around in Battlefront 2. And just the look and the aesthetic. I used to have a die-cast one that I would play with constantly as a kid. And it's an amazing ship. Now, number 4 was the ARC 170. Number 5 I actually have in the room. And I'm going to grab it for you. It is the Lambda class Imperial Shuttle. Now this is Shuttle Tidarian. But yeah, let's open this up and you can see why I love this ship. Just look at the design. I love how it like has that. And now it's canon that this front piece can eject as an escape pod. I believe this one was built that way and I didn't modify it. But yeah, and just the classic design, the whiteness of it, especially when you look at the Empire, when there's a lot of black ships or gray ships, you have a white ship that kind of shows like importance and everything. But yeah, it's a very cool Imperial ship. I tie it kind of with the Imperial landing craft because they look so similar. But Shuttle Tidarian altogether, and the just Imperial Shuttle is number 3. I love the Imperial Shuttle. And then number 2, funny I said the Razor Crest wasn't probably on this list, but you know what it is? Mando's new ship, the N1 modified starfighter. I prefer the N1 modified, the Mandalorian one, over the Episode 1 one, just because of how great the scene of him flying it around in Book of Boba Fett is, and how fun it was to build Lego-wise. But yeah, it's just such a cool ship on how it kind of feels like, 1, like a muscle car, 2, like a hob job, and 3, it still's got that color where it feels like the Razor Crest. I will be honest, I was so crushed when the Razor Crest got destroyed. I was like crying from that and not Baby Yoda getting taken or Grogu getting taken at the time. But yeah, so that replacing that with the N1 was the best thing that ever happened. And number 1 is something that if people know me personally, they saw this coming a mile away. Number 1 is the LAAT Republic Gunship. That is by far my favorite ship of all time. That I love flying it in Battlefront 2. I loved playing on it on the LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga. I loved building it twice, maybe 3 times. No, twice. I love just the look of it. I love how it feels like, when I was a kid, I always thought of it like a van. But yeah, and like some of the most best scenes in Clone Wars, especially the Clone Wars movie, is like the drop from the Republic gunship, how it's like loading everybody in, or loading everybody out and everything like that. Just Republic gunship, by far best Star Wars vehicle in general. Tell me if you guys like this video, because I want to do like a top walkers, but I don't know. It all depends on how this video goes, so make sure you guys let me know in the comments below. Also, make sure you leave a like and subscribe and ring that bell, and follow me on all my social media down below. It's that nerd Ryan telling you, have an amazing day.